Is God really speaking to you? Or are you just talking to yourself? This video is called No More Lies. Growing up, I never heard much about my dad's father. I knew he existed since my dad wouldn't be here without him, but I never heard anything about him. Occasionally, my dad would talk about waiting by the door to meet his father as a kid, but his dad never came. The reality is, he was present on Earth but absent from my dad's life. Fortunately, my dad didn't fall into the same pattern as his father. He has been present all of my life, even when I didn't want him to be. I can't help but imagine what went through his mind as a kid when his dad never showed. Probably things like, I know my dad loves me, he's just busy. Or, I'm sure my dad planned on coming to see me, he just had something important come up. Maybe my dad even went as far as to imagine his dad talking to him in dreams or fantasies. However, the truth is that he never had a relationship with his dad. The sad reality is, most Christians have this same type of relationship with God. I heard a rapper say in a song, I pray to God every night, but he doesn't say anything back. Then he proceeded to talk about robbing, shooting, and other violent things. What makes us think that we can do whatever we want and have a relationship with God? However, in John chapter 9 verse 31 it says, we know that God does not listen to sinners, but if anyone is God-fearing and a worshipper of him and does his will, he listens to him. Most Christians spend a majority of their life doing whatever they want, eating whatever they please, going wherever they please, and doing whatever they please. In the Bible, however, it was not possible for anyone who did whatever they wanted to have a real relationship with God. Jesus says to his disciples in Matthew chapter 16, if anyone would come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. For whoever would save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. For what will it profit a man if he gains the whole world and forfeits his soul? Or what shall a man give in return for his soul? Recently, I heard a pastor say that we should make time for God. Isn't it interesting that as Christians we're told to make time for someone we claim to have given our life to? Romans chapter 12 says, so here's what I want you to do, God helping you. Take your everyday, ordinary life, your sleeping, eating, going to work, and walking around life, and place it before God as an offering. Embracing what God does for you is the best thing you can do for him. Galatians chapter 2 verse 20 says, I have been crucified with Christ and I no longer live, but Christ lives in me. The life I now live in the body, I live by faith in the Son of God, who loved me and gave himself for me. Imagine if I was a slave and I told my master, I'll squeeze you into my schedule when I have time. Wouldn't he beat me? And then proceed to disown me as his slave? The truth is, until you surrender every part of your life to God, you will not hear from him. Instead, you will have to keep looking to random sequential numbers, or cool phrases on license plates for your divine direction and guidance. The question of the day is, if God doesn't speak to you, why lie and say that he does? Where has talking to yourself and claiming it's God gotten you?